Celebrations honoring former President George H.W. Bush and his lifetime of service to the country. Memorial plans underway right now to pay tribute to the 41st President of the United States. President Trump declaring December 5th a national day of mourning. Air Force One will carry his casket on the final trip to Washington, D.C. tomorrow, where he will lie in state in the Capitol. President Trump will attend his funeral at the National Cathedral. That happens on Wednesday. And a memorial of flowers, notes, and tributes growing outside his home right there in Houston. The former president remembered for his sense of decency, his kindness, and his commitment to others. ABC's Amy Robach is in Houston tonight to lead us off.
Tonight, Air Force One in Houston, the plane now ready to bring President Bush on his final journey to the nation's capital. Tributes pouring in, his close friend and former Secretary of State Jim Baker revealing the details of some of his final moments.
He opened his eyes, he looked at me, he said, "Hey, Bake," he said, "where are we going?" So he kept his spirit and he kept his sense of humor right till the very end, but his passing, George, was very gentle and very peaceful.
His final words in exchange with his son, Bush 43, on a speakerphone, telling his father he loved him. His father responding, "I love you too."
On Tuesday, our country was attacked with deliberate and massive cruelty.
George W. Bush recounting the emotional moment after 9/11 when his father provided critical support.
I felt his hand as my dad. It was very, very comforting. It was just a beautiful gesture. And it was captured on film, and so I'm able to kind of reminisce about that moment. And the emotions of it are still with me.
One of President Bush's lasting legacies, the first Iraq War.
Kuwait is liberated. Iraq's army is defeated. Our military objectives are met.
Colin Powell served as chairman of the Joint Chiefs. When it came to a celebratory parade, the president refusing to go, not wanting to overshadow those who sacrificed.
President Bush said, "I won't be there." "You won't be there? Why not?" "It's a parade for troops. General Schwarzkopf, the troops, the chairman, the Joint Chiefs of Staff, Secretary Cheney. I will not attend. This is for them, not for me."
And Bush known for forging bonds with his biggest rivals, including President Clinton, whose victory ensured only one term in office. He famously left this letter behind.
"I wish you well. I wish your family well. Your success is our country's success. I'm rooting hard for you." I thought it was vintage George Bush. I thought he meant it, but I also thought he was trying to be a citizen in the highest sense of the word.
President Trump announcing 3 days of celebrations culminating with the state funeral.
He'll be missed. He'll be greatly missed. He's a terrific person, terrific man.
And tonight, his family releasing home videos and audio of the late president reading a letter to his children.
Remember the old song, "I'll be there ready when you are"? Well, I'll be there ready when you are, for there's so much excitement ahead, so many grandkids to watch grow.
A servant to both his country and to his family. Amy joins us now live from Houston. Amy, President Trump telling reporters they've had to make adjustments to Air Force One to fly President Bush's casket to Washington?
That's right. In fact, Air Force One landed here at Ellington Air Force Base in Houston earlier today. They actually had some rehearsals in place today to prepare for that final trip to Washington, but they had to remove several rows of seats in the front of Air Force One to make room for President Bush. Tom?
Our Amy Robach reporting live from Houston tonight. Amy, thank you. And ABC News will have complete coverage of memorials and tributes for former President George H.W. Bush, from his funeral and military departures tomorrow morning to his arrival at the U.S. Capitol, and of course Wednesday's funeral service at the National Cathedral. David Muir will be anchoring from Washington come tomorrow.